So back in the 50s and 60s, right after the Korean War and during the peak of the Cold War, the US used to make some really fun and absolutely ridiculous shit. Today's gonna be one of those things. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about the Lockheed F-104 Starfighter. The official story goes that Kelly Johnson, the lead designer over at Lockheed back in 1951, was interviewing a bunch of Korean fighter pilots and opted to go for something with maximum climbability and altitude performance, although I like to think that some Air Force general was just sitting at his desk one day after getting a brand new gravity pen and realized that there was no wings or a cannon on it and just thought, nah, that's gotta go.
I don't hate it. I just don't like it at all. And it's terrible.
So the F-104 prototype officially took its first flight March 4th, 1954, and was officially adopted by the U.S. Air Force on February 26th, 1958. Now, it was only a few months after its adoption where it would see its first real use in combat during the Second Taiwan Strait crisis, where it was used to deter Chinese MiG-15 and MiG-17 planes, which is hilarious when you remember that MiG stands for Mikoyan Gurevich, which is Russian. Communism. Did I throw that little bit of information in there just to shit on the fact that communism can't ever really do anything on its own and it has to rely on other countries that also can't do anything on its own? Yeah, a little. I'm a little biased. Now, the F-104 was powered by a General Electric J79 engine, which brought this thing to a top speed of nearly 1,700 miles an hour, which is well over Mach 2. This thing is cooking. It is a fast jet. I know I've said that about other jets, but when you've got a pen flying through the air at Mach 2, it looks like a missile, honestly.
I'm a precision instrument of speed and aeromatics.
Now, some problems would arise later on down the road with the engines, and it would essentially be grounded right up until it was called upon again. Now, to clarify, the J79 engine did have its issues, however, it was grounded mostly due to the fact that they were looking for fighter jets with better payload capacity and a better combat effectiveness range. Now, in 1961, it would be called upon again for the Berlin crisis, and then it would also serve in the Vietnam War, and between both of those two, it flew over 5,000 combat sorties, so it saw its fair use in combat.